recording. So you hit
Hooray, I am now hosting you.
Yay, I'm being hosted. Will that stream to both of our Twitches?
Presumably. I presume.
Okay. I can stop twitching now?
No, you technically cannot stop twitching in the parlance of it being utilized for our purposes. So in a program format, you can't stop twitching. But medically, you should definitely stop twitching.
Okay.
I'm not a doctor,
Crack my
but...
neck, get stuck like this. Hey guys, my name's Larcy.
Yeah, we should maybe start our introduction. Go introduce yourself.
Wait, she says she can't hear us, but...
Oh, wow. That's already a you problem.
No, your stuff's coming through. I see you talking.
Curious.
That is curious. It was saying you were offline, but you were talking.
Oh, well, you're online now.
I can hear you. Larcy,
hooray!
Quiet, Mink is loud.
Oh, well, that's just the usual.
Okay, I can do this. I can do this.
You notice I'm all smiles because I'm not the one who's broadcasting.
Okay. Sorry guys, I have a new mic. So it's going to be a little bit of... Can you hear me now? Oh, I got something in my eye. Okay, you start before I start crying. I'll just talk really loud.
There you go. You gotta compete. You gotta compete with this baritone, with this alto. I don't actually know music terms. I'm just saying words. It's not a soprano voice. Yeah, you are heard now. You are audibly heard. Hooray!
Oh, that's good. I have my microphone input on Discord all the way up, so I guess if I...
But K-Brophy still thinks you're being quiet. See, because, again, you gotta compete with this. This is a lot to compete with. I'm basically Ariel.
Hear me?
Jeebus!
I'm sorry.
I mean, do that more, but, like, warn a friend.
Hey, guys. Is this...
Yeah, you get... What are you, an ASMR channel? Oh, no, don't do that. No, don't put it inside of your... No one wants to hear mouth sounds. Oh, no! Not that kind of channel.
Okay, well, hopefully I can be heard enough, and next time it'll be better. I'll, do the thing.
You put your ears on ears? Yeah, now angle your microphone so it's inside of your face. Excellent. Exquisite. Let's do this.
Okay, guys. And now that we're 2 minutes past start time, take it away.
Yeah. All right. Hey, everybody. Since I'm the loud one, I'm going to be the one introducing what we're doing today. Welcome to the Twitch stream where we talk about our cosplay origins, and I guess cosplay origins in general. So strap in. If it's the future and you're watching this, I'm sorry that you are watching a recording and couldn't see us live where you can communicate with us. We are definitely going to call out people as we see it, and it'll be great. Join us next time, then. Hey, what's your name?
I like how you point at the screen like that's actually pointing at me.
Well, yeah.
I was trying to fix my microphone while you were talking.
I guess I should have been like, what's your name? There we go. That's better.
I should like pop you on the head. So, hey,
oh my God, introduce yourself.
I'm Larcy. I'm not that spectacular at anything. I'm like the person who knows how to do like everything but doesn't master everything. What?
Okay, I'm going to put you on time. I have a radical idea. Because apparently you're sucking at introducing yourself because you're already downplaying yourself. How about I introduce you and then you introduce me? Because it's much easier to talk up your friends.
Okay, so Okay. I guess.
So I'm going to introduce. Hello, her name is Larcy.
Wait,
She's a
are
very.
you sure?
Oh my God, stop it.
Because
She is a
I
very
could be
talented.
Mink.
Larcy is a very talented cosplayer who doesn't have a particular niche of cosplay, although lately she's been doing a lot of a mix between modern anime and, or at least culturally relevant anime, because I'm looking at you, Avatar Last Airbender, as well as her own creations, which have been very seasonally inspired. If I had to pick an area of specialty for Larcy, I would say she specializes in sewing, but her prop work is quite immaculate. She also does armor builds, though she doesn't do that quite as often as her sewing and prop work builds. Curtsy.
Why, thank you. And my little friend down here, this is Mink the Satyr, in case you guys were wondering. I know that sometimes people can't tell us apart, including now my husband.
Wait, what? Oh, yeah. Sorry, please continue. I don't want to interrupt you talking nice about me.
Mink is the specialist on everything Pokemon. Like, everything. All she does is Pokemon. But sometimes she will step into the realm of TV shows we all love, like Avatar as well. I'm still waiting for you to finish
Pokemon's
your
a TV
Azula.
show.
What's that? Well, okay, fine. But it was a video game first.
A plus.
And that's just aging me right there because, I had that shit when it first came out. I was like waiting at the
That ish.
store with my friends and my family, honestly. Anyways, you do wonderful prop work as well. Way better than me. Actually, the
Now
only
you're
reason
such a
why
liar.
I'm not a liar. You're sitting there like eating it up.
I am. Please go on.
The only reason why I ever tried out Warbler was because I love your Warbler props.
I only use Warbler because it makes things a little bit more rigid so it can withstand the force of being manhandled by me.
That's fair. You should have seen what happened to my Blake prop when I threw it down the stairs. It blew up. And that was just
Oh no.
cardboard and purple foam. So, hey, just like quick side note, never use purple foam. If you like it,
Ashes,
you
by
think
the
it's
way,
easy.
wants you to talk about my love of juice. I just wanted to make sure that that was brought up.
Okay, well, let me just tell you about Mink the Satyr's love of juice boxes. I once sent her in the mail a whole container of juice boxes.
It
Just to
lasted like a
see,
day.
yeah, just to see what her face would look like when she opened it up. And, it was glorious. I also
I mean,
filled
there
it with
were other
actual
things in there.
gummies. What's that?
There were other things other than juice boxes, but juice boxes were
I
there.
don't even remember what I actually was sending you. I think I just threw juice boxes in and filled it with gummies, and maybe the actual gift was in the bottom. You know how
In the
much?
Twitch chat, we're getting juice boxes.
Do you know how much it costs to send a whole box, like a whole package of juice boxes, like weight-wise?
I do not.
It was like
I'm
20
gonna
bucks.
guess either. Oh, I was gonna say either
They're
a
like,
lot or a
"What's in
little.
this?" And I'm like, not food.
Technically, it was a liquid.
That's why I
I'm
said,
telling.
oops, not food.
I'm not gonna tell. Anyway,
I mean, what are they gonna do now? It's been consumed months ago. They gonna
it's
find
true.
me?
It's in the past now.
She sent juice boxes in the mail.
Allegedly.
I
This
think
is
that
not
was
an
when I made
admission
you
of
a pair
guilt.
of ears. So you
This
literally
is
got.
not an admission of guilt.
Everybody lies about what they're sending in the mail. Let's be
I
real.
don't.
Everybody lies.
Okay, Dr. House.
Oh God, that's. Ugh. I mean,
I'm just gonna wiggle at you. Hey, we should talk about what got us into cosplay in the first place, and maybe start talking about our superhero origin stories.
well, I was bit by a burb.
A radioactive burb?
A radioactive bird!
Oh man!
That's probably why I'm crazy. I just squawk like my lovebird, who's an idiot. She's a wonderfully intelligent idiot, but she's an idiot all the same. Because just when I think she's smart, she shows me her butt, and I'm like, please don't do that.
Oh, she's very squeezable and like, I just want to squish. Is that weird? That's weird. That makes me sound like a serial killer.
I mean, I do that, but like, she lives for it for about 10 seconds, and then she's like, yeah, I'm gonna bite you in the face. Like,
this is how I respond to hugs. I like them for 10 seconds, and I'm like, okay, we're set. When the claustrophobia sets in.
So how did you gain your superpowers? What did you get bit by?
Juice.
Juice boxes had teeth.
Yep. I got juiced, man.
You know, you probably took one of the straws that comes in those. Instead of poking it in the juice box, you poked it in you. And then you poked the juice box and just squeezed it in. Like...
God, what a mood.
So you don't actually have blood, you have apple juice. No wonder why you're going to be, like, immortal.
The superior juice. I actually used to think that pineapple juice was the superior juice, but then one night in college, everyone else was drinking alcohol, and I got one of those, like, mixer cans, like the big mixer cans of pineapple juice, and then I, like, drank all of that, and so I was just really, really sick from the sugar. So I had to hold on to the grass to keep myself from falling off of the side of the earth. And everyone's like, wow, we all got hammered, but the person with the worst drinking experience was the one who drank non-alcoholic beverages. And I was sitting there like, preach! So I'm holding on to the earth like, ah!
Maybe that sugar was a little too fermented for you.
It was just a little bit too much sugar. I know. What is that? Too much sugar.
But that's like my favorite thing to give you at a con is like juice boxes and apple.
It's liquid sugar.
Because you just literally go, whee, gone.
Yeah, well, I mean, when your physical body is draining and you're in a costume, it can be really hard to stop and eat a proper meal because there are two things that are challenging. Thing number one, stopping. I'm very go at a con, and if I'm like some sort of like panelist or special guest, then I have this like weird sense of professionalism where like at all hours of the day I need to be working. You've seen it, so I don't know why I'm explaining. I'm explaining to you, the audience, who may not know that this is my like raison d'etre. Is when I'm working a con, I am working the con.
And that's why you keep.
I'm a con artist.
Oh God.
Again, these admissions of guilt. But like drinking sugar water, like apple juice, is like a good way to just infuse like calories into my body. Reason number two why drinking liquid calories during a convention is helpful is because I'm a hot mess. I already spilled something on my outfit. I was eating a strawberry and it was really juicy, and I have a strawberry stain. You probably can't see it. I got most of it out, but there was a strawberry stain right here. It's bad.
Didn't I warn you when we were making those that I was afraid that they would get stained pretty quickly with the color?
Oh, I mean, for me, it like didn't take a day. I was eating, like, Nick had not seen this complete before I had put a stain on it already, because I am a walking disaster. The folks in the chat are like, what's eating at a con?
Well,
what is that?
Number 3 is lipstick. Don't want to ruin your lipstick, honey.
I had a new costume that I was trying to self-shoot yesterday, and I photographed it today. I put it on for the first time with makeup, and immediately transferred this color onto pink, which this is green. Pink is its opposite color, and I was like, wow, I am fantastic. Absolutely stunning.
That's why you need to use your setting spray real good. Pat that dry.
I did use setting spray. It's just really good lipstick.
But we've done better. Because remember that one year at Kineticon when we were Mudkips and we had the blue all over our face? And then we hung out with our awesome friend Kevin to do stupid pajama shoots, and we both stuck our faces on white pillows and
It was
left our
basically
mark
that
forever.
episode of The Simpsons where Homer shoots the makeup gun and it like just makeup on the wall. That's what it was. Kay Brophy is in the chat, by the way, so excellent shout out.
And he could tell you.
What's up, Kay Brophy Studio? Taking photos and taking names. I don't really know what that last part means.
And watching you like smother me with a pillow.
Very much so. Very much so. Oh, and Kay Brophy is also having a snack right now, so like A+. Okay, but in all seriousness, Larcy, what did get you into cosplay?
Actually, I've loved dressing up since like I was a small child. And my mom...
What?
What?
This is groundbreaking.
Clothes? What? So, my mom...
Hello, New York Times, I've got a scoop for you!
I wish that I had, like, my old photos in this room, because I actually have them in the other room hanging on the wall. There's, like, pictures of me that go all the way back to, like, when I was a wee baby, and my mom was making me little funny costumes. Like, she made me Simba. If you remember those really old sweatsuits that you could buy at Walmart, the Champion ones, they were, like, you know, solid colors, really not great. But, like, to get
I mean, I guess so, I'm with you.
Well, maybe it's a main thing. So she would buy like the solid sweatsuits, like the top and the bottom, and she made me like a yarn hood, and she just glued the yarn until I had this huge mane, and I was Simba.
Ooh.
And like, you know, like,
did you do that bit?
Who knows? I don't remember because I was a small child, and like every year Halloween was like the bomb for me. Like, I was a princess, I was a mermaid, I was Princess Jasmine. I had this cowgirl outfit that I would beg my mom to let me wear to school in elementary school. I had boots. It was literally
did it have the fur?
Tassels, and it had sequins. Like, I was living as a kid. And my grandmother was like the biggest crafter. And you've seen my house, and you've seen how much crap I have. My grandmother is what started it, because she had a room similar to my storage closet. Of course, I've filled my house with it at this point, but she was always making something. So between my parents and my grandparents, I had like a constant influx of like creative, like making stuff and sewing and crocheting and all of that. But I cosplayed for the first time at Dragon Con in like 2011, I think. And I wanted to be Prince of Persia. Nobody knew who I was. I tried to make something without any sewing skills. I had somebody sew something for me, and I just kept pinching it and tacking it by hand until I had something. And I didn't know what a convention, like what to expect at a convention. And it was my first con, so if you all know, Dragon Con is massive. So I'm walking around with a bunch of friends. We go down there for 7 days, and we are just like, and people are like, I like your outfit, and I'm like, thanks. And I'm looking around, there's like blizzard armor walking around. Mink in the back.
Thanks for calling on me. Hey, quick question. Can you turn my audios down a little bit in OBS?
Perhaps. Guys, interrupting my origin story?
Well, I just want to make sure they can hear your origin story.
Are you guys still having a hard time hearing me?
Yeah, you're a little soft and I'm a lot loud. Which, I mean, spoilers. That's... At least I'm very accurate. I'm right where I need to be. LOL!
Well, let's see here. Alright, I'm gonna turn you down then.
Down, 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 down. I am getting turned down.
I think.
Ha! You're like turn down service.
Turn down for what? Alright, hopefully that's better.
Can you turn up your audio?
It's up as far as it goes.
Ooh, are you in the red? are you in the
How
red?
about now? Now, I'm
I
in the
mean,
green.
obviously that's great. Oh no. Oh, okay. I thought you summoned a wild Nickness, but
There.
no, he
Oh.
was just going to the kitchen.
Oh, okay. Well, that's too bad.
For those who don't know, Nick is a sound expert. I don't know. Is that an appropriate moniker for you? It's close enough. He's a sound guy. He always helps me when I am screwing up with my own tech, which is often. Ooh, you are heard, by the way, when you're practically swallowing your microphone. So do me a favor, just as you tell us about your adventures at DragonCon, can you just like take that microphone and eat it?
Okay. Anyways, I've been through this. um, so I turned you down, so hopefully everything, we're kind of equal now, hopefully. It sounds like, no, I didn't change mine at all. No. um, maybe this is a new headset, guys, too, so I'm like still figuring this out. Really sorry.
Oh, I just straight up abandoned it. I was like, nah, I'm wearing cat ears, no headset for me.
So, on my Windows settings, let me see. Sorry, guys. What?
Okay, so here's the joke, though.
You tell the joke while I do this.
Okay, it's not really a joke. I mean, it's just a happenstance. So the reason why Kate Brophy is like, are you up on your Windows setting is because, first of all, that's a very valid question. And second of all, I was having streaming difficulties on my own stream where everything was like super laggy and like my audio was working, but my video quality wasn't great. And it turns out the reason why apparently wasn't because I was using OBS instead of Streamlabs OBS. The answer was because I needed to update my operating system. And that is the stupidest thing on the planet. Also, Trev, don't think I didn't see the praise the bun. You killing it right now. Okay, so while you're working on audio, since I'm coming in so loudly, I'm gonna like bury the lead with a little bit of my like early life with cosplay and dressing up. You know, before I get into cosplay, because you're starting to get into like cosplay stuff.
Yeah, well, you tell me about your back door.
Oh my god, you make it sound so terrible. Actually, I'm going to tell you something that I don't think I told you yet.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Something I don't know about you?
I did not dress up that much as a kid. I wanted to.
I kind of knew, though.
Okay, it's not that I have like a conservative family. It's just like they believed that dress up was for Halloween and for like dance recitals. P.S. I hated dance recitals. The only reason why I went to a dance class was because my 3 years older than me sister was really into dance. And so it was like, well, maybe Mink is into it. Spoilers, I wasn't. So it was like Halloween, my babysitter was like the crafty person. So she would make my costumes. So she'd be like, what do you want to be for Halloween? As soon as I was old enough to make those sorts of decisions. Because one year I didn't know what I was for Halloween and I basically had an existential crisis. I was 5. I was dressed up as a Harlequin clown. Like, my babysitter's got her camera being like, do a pose. And I'm like, I don't know what I am. What is a pose for what you are? I don't know. So that was bad. I was not a fan. Sorry, guys, for lagging issues, by the way. I see that you're saying the things, and I don't know what to do about it. So I didn't really get to do a lot of dress up when I was a kid, and I just remember like one of the things that really like not stuck out with me necessarily, but like when I was in 8th grade, I wanted to dress up as Sailor Moon for Halloween.
Ooh.
And my grandmother, who on my dad's mother, so my Norwegian grandmother was a very avid sewer, and I was like, hey, fun more. can you make me this costume for Halloween since you're visiting? Like, would you be able to help me? And she was like, absolutely, sure. Where's your pattern? Do you have a pattern? And I was like, I thought you could just make it. Turns out my grandmother was a really avid crafter, but only if she had a pattern.
Oh.
I know. And when I was in 8th grade, you bet your butt there wasn't a pattern for a Sailor Moon costume. That wouldn't come for another 20 years.
Your grandmother didn't know how to drape?
No!
Aww.
She didn't know how to drape. She didn't know how to draft. She knew how to craft, but she didn't know how to... Yeah, it was...
Can you come up with one more rhyme for that?
No, because there was a dog in your frame, and I got distracted.
Oh, Roxy. She's trying to sneak over.
I can't. I got distracted.
She hears your voice, and she's like, oh, it's Auntie Mink! Yeah. I love her!
She does. Dogs have this wonderful thing where when they meet me, they're like, oh, let me put my nose immediately in your crotch. And I'm like, I know this is a compliment, but, like, please stop making me feel so conscious.
Yeah, she's really good at that. She's really good at,
No, it's not just her. It's every dog. Every dog is like, oh, you're here? Crotch.
Well, also, dogs like the smelliest part of every human being. It's very
I'm sorry, what are you trying to say now? What are you trying to say now?
Well, I'm talking about mouth and pits, too. And feet. Sometimes the backs of your knees when they're sweaty.
Good save.
Your butt.
Yeah.
What? They're animals. It's just the facts of life, okay?
Go tell your Dragon Con story.
Well, I mean, okay. Getting back to the first time I ever cosplayed. Whoops. Sorry, guys. Hang on. I'm going to stack us like, okay. Better. Sorry.
What did you just do?
I was trying to fix my microphone, and I swapped our screens around a little bit and maybe made myself the star of the show.
Huh? Excellent.
So, the first time I ever cosplayed, I was the Prince of Persia from the movie. I loved all the games growing up. The movie was meh, but the movie costume was simple, so I went for that, and I just ended up looking like kind of a trash can Assassin's Creed knockoff. Which, to be fair, the Prince of Persia games are by the same people as Assassin's Creed. Back in the beginning, I don't know if they did the newer games, but they definitely did the first Xbox 360 ones.
I thought you were going to say they were by the same people as the ones who make trash cans.
And the ones who make trash cans, yes.
Excellent.
So, I didn't go to any panels, didn't go to any shows, walked around with my friends completely lost, and ended up in the vendor's room the whole time. And for the 7 days that we were there, other than food, the only thing I bought was an Ocarina of Time. And I still have it, and it's beautifully blue and ceramic and makes quite the annoying noises because I don't know how to play it very well. I did learn at one point, but yeah, I was told to stop.
By whom?
Pretty much anybody who hangs out with me when I pull it out.
Feel free to play off-key notes. My usted, that's home, right? Usted. I don't speak Spanish. Casa. What's usted?
You probably said a horrible word.
No, Nick said I just said you at my you.
Good. Good.
I don't speak Spanish. I'm just going to eat my caramel and stop talking.
I like how you have chocolate, and now I suddenly really want some, but I can't leave now. You guys have me. Darn.
It's from Trader Joe's.
As is everything you have shown me in the last hour. I'm going shopping after work.
This stream is not officially sponsored by Trader Joe's. But it should be.
Yo, hashtag
really
Trader Joe's.
Trader Joe's sponsorship.
So anyways, here we are at Dragon Con. And I didn't go to another convention until 2014 or 15-ish. And I was going with a friend who liked Comic Cons and actually knew what he was doing. So I wore that Prince of Persia costume one more time to Boston Comic Con in like maybe it was 2014, where I also got to meet somebody who I now make it a habit to always meet when I go to cons. Um, our Tony Stark of Boston, Mr. Bill. Every time I saw him at Boston Comic Con, I made sure I got a picture with him. So I have like years of pictures built up that I like treasure. And I'm not quite sure where half of them are, but I know that they're saved on some hard drive somewhere. Um, so yeah, like kind of like humble beginnings. I didn't know how to do anything until like 5 years ago, maybe, when
I don't
I
think
made.
anyone knew how to do anything craft-wise in the beginning.
My grandmother taught me how to sew on her sewing machine when I was young, and I was like, meh, I'm just gonna crochet doilies. And that's what I did.
Wow, I didn't realize that your origin story is you were a grandma.
I was a grandma. My
What
grandmother
was it
taught
like
me
having
everything.
grandkids and a 401k?
Oh, that's a thing. So, like, yeah. I made the Green Goblin once. I don't know.
Really? Like from like
Marvel.
Spider-Man?
Yep,
Huh.
it was like a leotard. I went to a bunch of like yard sales and got, I kid you not, I bought like these old junk wires and old phones with like the little LED screens or whatever they are, and maybe it was LCD. I think it's LCD. And like I disassembled them and I made like an arm gauntlet out of like I like wrapped it with wires and even glued it a little bit. I mean, everybody loves hot glue when they're starting out. And I had football, or maybe it wasn't football. It was like either football or soccer. Like I disassembled some shin guards and I had that as like a shoulder pad. And so I wore that to my second Boston Comic Con, and maybe 3 minutes through the door, some kid came running by me at full tilt, hit me right in that one arm, and destroyed the gauntlet.
That hurts my heart.
And the person whose stall I was standing in front of saw it happen and offered me some duct tape. And so I duct taped it back on my arm.
I mean, good, I guess.
Yeah, it was really disappointing. And then the kid didn't even stop. They like kept on going. They stepped on all the pieces. Some of them broke. I had to throw them in the trash. It was like it was
No.
horrific. But like that was before we even had the cosplay repair rooms. So,
Yeah, oh, yeah. Long ago.
yeah, that was back when Boston Comic Con used to be at the Seaport Center. I think it's the
It was
Seaport.
before my time. That was before my time.
It was.
You want to know what my first convention was?
I'm all ears, literally.
You have two sets. My first
Don't
convention.
destroy the illusion.
So my first convention beat. Anyway, yeah, my first con was the Big Apple Anime Festival, a convention that does not exist in the modern age. It hasn't existed for almost like 20 years. Yeah, I didn't understand, or like I understood that people might dress up, but then like walking into Grand Central Station and seeing like some dude dressed up as the preacher from Trigun, like complete with giant wrapped up cross that's actually just like a set of guns. Like that was such a mood. I was just like, ooh, ooh. And I remember going into the convention, and at the time there must have been like some sort of cosplay something, like a meetup or a competition or something, because the only exchange I remember is I was an observer. I wasn't even like physically present for it. It was this guy dressed up as Link talking to a girl dressed up as Zelda. And Link goes up to Zelda and is like, hey, can we use you for like, I don't know, maybe it was I'm guessing it was like a performance or something, like, hey, can we use you for a performance? And she was like, yeah, sure. And he was like, okay, cool. What's your contact info? And she like, gives the contact info like, no. He's writing it down because this is before like smartphones. So he's writing it down and then he goes, what's your name? And she's like, Ender. And he goes, no, what's your real name? Yes, I'm doing puppets. It's like, no, what's your real name? And she was like, no, really, it's Ender. My dad was a big Orson Scott Card fan. And I was like, oh, this is what I have been missing in my life. Because previously, like, I grew up in two regions. One, both were in New York, but when I moved to more rural New York from more like urban, suburban New York. So when I moved to more rural New York, I went to school in Connecticut, and the school that I went to was like itty bitty small, and it was full of people who like did not have the interest that I have, because when your graduating class is 60, it's a very strong likelihood that you're not going to run into an anime fan. It's a very strong likelihood, and I didn't. So I was like, okay. So when I saw that moment, that exchange, like you could hear my pupils dilate. I was like, oh my, all right. And then I didn't go to another con until like, I don't know, like 3 or 4 years later, when I accidentally went to Kineticon. And when I say accidentally, I really do mean I accidentally. I wound up staying at the Kineticon's host hotel, which is a Marriott, because I was going to my cousin's wedding, which happened to be on Kineticon weekend in that host hotel. So
how did
that
they feel
Sunday
about
following,
that?
yeah,
All
it was
these
so
people
bizarre.
walking around.
Well, right, we were dressed up nice, and then there were people like in crazy costumes and get-ups, and I was just like, oh, this is dope. This is going to be a way better wedding than I thought it was going to be. And then it was like, oh no, there's a convention next door. And I was like, oh. So I like bought a Sunday pass, because obviously Saturday I was busy. There was a wedding. It's my cousin's wedding. But I'm like, oh yeah, that's
These are my people.
I was so sad I couldn't dress up. I felt not shaded, but like the only clothes I brought were like nice clothes. So I felt like people were like, she doesn't really belong.
You could have
She's
just
not
no,
one of us.
You should have just told everybody that you were going to Relina Peacecraft's birthday party.
Oh my god, and then everyone would have clapped. Oh, it is not.
And this is
Sorry,
why
my
people
neighbor
think we're
needs
the
Nick
same
to
people.
move his car. Because it's Sunday night, and this is the time where my neighbor moves his car. I don't know where he goes. It's a mystery.
I am convinced that he like goes out and parties.
No. I'm convinced that's not what's happening.
I just want him to, because he's
run.
just so quiet. I just want him to be that person, the like undercover.
I mean, I do too. I really do. But I don't think so. So, okay, what bringing us back to costuming. What took you from I am a casual convention goer who will sometimes dress up to I am aggressively making my own costumes and going to whatever convention I can drive to reasonably? What was that moment for you? Also, Tito says hi.
He said hi to Lady Cells, not me.
Oh, yeah, that's true. But he also said hi
that
earlier.
That was also hi like 2 minutes ago. What's the lag time?
I just wanted to say a thing at you, you know.
I did wave, and I'm going to just acknowledge everybody again. Hi, I love you all. Thanks for attending. My turn around for when I started being crazed.
Yeah, your turning point.
Yeah. I work in a lab, so turnaround time is like the lingo, and it just rolls off my tongue because I practically live at work. So forgive me if I use lab terms on accident. I'm insane. Why is nobody telling me I'm not?
Oh, because there's a lag.
Crap. So in 2 minutes, maybe it's more like 30 seconds. So in like 30 seconds, somebody's going to be like, "You're not crazy, Larcy." And I'm going to be like, "Thanks."
I hope 2 minutes later, everyone's like, yeah, you're a little bit nuts. So what's the shoulder devil right now?
So, gosh, I feel like it was that moment when I made that hoodie at your house, and it all
We should tell
made
people about that. What was
sense.
that all about?
Well, that was my first Kineticon. We were making oh god, we did the whole Rock Ruff evolutionary line with Natalie Fuinha cosplay. I was the midnight. Natalie was the daytime, and Mink was Rock Ruff.
Fluff.
And it was definitely for a design for somebody coming into not knowing how to sew very well. It was a little complicated. So not only did I learn how to applique, I learned how to make clothes out of my own clothes. I learned how to
Yes. Oh my god, that's clutch. Making clothes using your own clothes.
The making clothes using your own clothes is when I realized that I could do anything. Because if my clothes fit me, then whatever I trace around it will fit me, and then devil's in the details. I'll put it on me and just pinch it in until it works. And that's where I started. And it was like I made that hoodie. It was hard. I went home and I made another one probably an hour after I arrived home.
Oh, that was Skitty, right?
That was Skitty. No. And that was all right.
It was. I win. I'm smart and remember things.
I threw that out like a month later.
Yes, you did.
Because a month later I had made probably 2 or 3 more.
And I think I made you a Skitty also.
Yeah, I don't know what happened to that. It was like a little crop top. It was very cute.
It was a little crop top. Yep.
Yeah, it's hard to keep track of all of the fleece things. I think I ended up purging a bunch because I had no more closet space for them. Because I was making full cosplays at that point, and my storage was a little bit crazed, trying to shove all of these like big armors and outfits, and I was not good at storing them at the time. I'm much better now. I spent all of last year buying. Well, the garment bags on Amazon, it's like 2 for $18, are just like.
I'd be delighted if you could just send me a link.
I will after this. You need access to my Amazon account because you pretty much just go down the things that I buy and hit buy right behind me.
Natalie already just logs into my Amazon. Half the time, if I have a recommendation, I'll be like, oh yeah, I just put it in the cart for you.
That's friendship. You might as well.
True.
I mean, you've watched stuff on my Amazon too, so.
True, it's true. I'm creepy.
Just saying, garment bags, game changer. If you want to have a lot of cosplays and you want to have a lot of space, put your cosplays in a garment bag and make sure they have the accessory pockets, because otherwise you're just hanging accessories off the outside, and that's not good.
All right. So I'm gonna share my turning point, because I don't know if you know my turning point.
I know it has to do with
because it would have been before I met you.
Yes. Well,
also, Tito did justify that he did in fact say hi, and that Serenity also says hi. Just so you know, that is a thing. And then K Brophy finally says that you're not crazy.
Yeah.
Oh, but renegs and says maybe a little. So A+ on getting both of us.
At least it's not all crazy.
Satisfy the requirement. Okay, so okay. I was going to tell you. Oh yes. So there he was. No.
There you were.
I thought
in all your glory
that I thought I was really cool and that I was like super talented. When I wasn't. No. I thought I knew a bunch about sewing by the time I was like going to conventions a little bit more regularly, because I had been sewing. I had been sewing stuffed animals because I make stuffed animals in college. I had been sewing costumes or like modifying costumes because I did that for the theater group I was in college. And so, and then I had started LARPing. So like fast forward to like the year is now like, I think it was 2013. So it wasn't that long ago. I had been cosplaying like lightly for like a year or so.
Define lightly.
And I like 1 or 2 costumes a year.
Okay.
Like I was going to like 1 or 2 conventions.
I feel like we're talking about our addictions right now. Just 1 or 2 a year? Just 100 a year?
Yeah, really. My mom once read me for how long she read me once for like how many conventions I go to in a year, and I was like, it's not that much, it's like 1 a month. She's like, that's 12 conventions. I was like, I know, but if I guessed at half of them, it's really only 6 that I'm paying for. Anyway, so what was I gonna say? Oh, so yeah, the exact moment that I started just going a little bit more aggressive was I had won a competition that was being held at a PAX. I think it was in 2013. So PAX East, I won a competition where that was being not held by PAX, it was being held by like one of the video games companies. That was, I don't know if they're still around. They may have super disbanded or like pared down at least. So in winning, they had given out prize money, but it wasn't prize money that you could just enjoy and spend because that'd be too nice. It was prize money. They gave like $1,500 to make a costume of their own character. And then they gave me like an all expense paid trip to PAX Prime, which is what it was previously called. Now it's called PAX West. And so that was pretty cool. Like it would have been great to win prize money also, but like all expense paid trip to a PAX I wasn't going to go to otherwise was pretty nice. And they covered the cost of the hotel and convention fee for my handler, which was my buddy Dan, and then Nick enforced, so he just stayed in our hotel room and he just had to pay for his airfare to get to PAX, but otherwise it was like, okay, well I guess we're all going to PAX Prime. But like after that, so I made some costumes for that video game company of their video game characters to help hype up the game. It was a MOBA, but it was trying to compete with League of Legends like a year or 2 into League of Legends dropping. So it didn't do as well, unfortunately. It would have been fun if it did. But like League of Legends is just an absolute beast in its field. Like it's really hard to compete with that.
There was only one before its time. I think it was like Dota, maybe?
Yeah, Dota was the other big one. That was like the big MOBA. So it was kind of hard to like, how do you beat League of Legends at League of Legends' game? The only thing that they added that was like markedly different was they had a better, like a more robust reporting system for toxic players.
Yeah,
and that was something that the game was like really pushing as like, here's why you should play our game instead of League of Legends. But I mean, again, it was really at like League of Legends was just like on a skyrocket trajectory, so it was really hard. But I'm looking over our chat log in our video is so lagged that people are only just starting to respond to stuff that we said when it was aired. So the laugh is from Bullet Dancer saying that Light is 1 or 2 costumes a year.
I told you, it sounds
the
like
greatest
an addiction.
emote to follow. Well, okay, but now I do 1 costume at least a month. So yes, 1 or 2 was very light for me. So following that trip and following that adventure, that like kind of gave me a lot of confidence. That was when I made a Facebook page and like made a cosplay identity, which really my cosplay identity, like going by Mink the Satyr, it was just because that's what my DeviantArt account was for like my LARP stuff.
Google's the DeviantArt.
Oh,
I'm
I
going.
mean, I put some of my cosplay. There was a time where I would post regularly onto DeviantArt, but then I looked more carefully at the DeviantArt terms and conditions, and any image that I post, they technically like co-own copyright to, and I didn't like that term of service at all, so I stopped posting to DeviantArt for those reasons. I was like, oh, no, I don't want you to be able to use my images for this, that, or the other thing, so I'm just going to maybe not post on this platform anymore.
Are there any cursed images in there that I can, like, dig up?
Cursed images. My paintings from college might be on there.
Maybe we'll do a...
No, they're not.
Aw.
But I do have, like, art from, like, I don't know, 12 or so years ago. Like, I've had that name because I've had the character, Mink, who is a satyr, is my very first LARP character, which was a satyr. Shock. And at the time, it was, like, before my satyr even had, like, a last name. So it was just like, yeah, it's a satyr named Mink, so Mink the satyr. And I remember being really nervous because there was another cosplayer that was like, you know, was pretty big, and she was also part of this like group that was going to PAX Prime doing the video game promotion, and and she went by like name, then the word the, and then an animal. And I was so worried that she was going to think I was just copying her, but I was like, but I really do have this deviant art. I honestly don't think she cared. I honestly don't think she noticed, and I don't think she cared, but like I just remember at the time being like a hot mess, being like, oh, don't be suspicious. I'm not trying to copy you. I don't even know why you would be bad at that. I just, it's weird. I'm uncomfortable. But that was when I was bit. Like, that was when I was like, okay, I want to do this more, is the short version. That was very long. Sorry. It's not actually a short version. The short version would have been like, I cosplay because it's fun.
I mean, yes. Isn't that the point?
Is Yeah, everyone in the chat is sad about the lag. I'm sad about the lag, too. It's going to make this frowny face.
I think Twitch is always like perpetually. Wow, that. Why don't you get a little bit closer? A little closer, and tilt head back. Let's see up the nose.
I think it's clear.
Yeah, well, it's clear.
See any buried treasure?
I see nose hairs. Hey guys,
what?
Check out nose
How?
hairs. Everybody has nose hairs.
I know, I'm just being... I like how, as if I do any nasal grooming. I don't.
You don't
I don't
need
nasal
to?
groom.
It's
do
not
you?
like you're an old man that has them like...
I mean, there are nose trimmers.
Or you could just take scissors and hit.
What? No.
You have little like thread clippers.
Those aren't thread clippers anymore. Those are your nose hair clippers.
Or you
Those
could just
don't go back to being thread clippers.
You could just take an alcohol swab. It's fine. It's alcohol.
I don't think it's fine. I'm pretty sure once you start cutting human hair with scissors, they're no longer fabric scissors.
Isn't human hair like has less give?
I don't remember the tensile strength of human hair.
I'm pretty sure you can cut fabric like it's harder than human hair. So you're not
Oh man, Daedra is shattering my brain right now by suggesting that Facebook and Instagram have the same terms of service as DeviantArt. And you're probably right, but like, oh my god, don't tell me that! Then I just won't post my images anywhere. See, at least I didn't feel bad about like yeeting out of DeviantArt because like no one goes there.
When I'm bored at work, that's where I dig.
Really? When I'm bored at work, I go on Reddit.
Yeah, they've figured out how to block just about everything fun. So really the only thing I can like finagle is like reading and DeviantArt.
Okay, I
And
just like going to oddly satisfying and looking at all the things that are oddly satisfying while I'm in a Zoom meeting where like things are not oddly satisfying.
I always get stuck on the Photoshop art because it's just so extravagant. The people that are good at it,
Oh,
I'm
don't
just
tell me
like,
about subreddits I'm gonna fall into.
I'm like a big fan of like the Galaxy like girl like when they like make anime characters and they make it all like pretty and galaxy-y and obviously I like that aesthetic. Ta-da! But like that's what I've been like looking at a lot lately and I listened to that City Girl YouTube channel. It's like
Yep,
really
yep,
nice. I
yep.
like the artist who
I know
does
the
the
one.
stuff for
I know the
that.
YouTube channel. I'm
So,
still, of course, gotta rep my lo-fi hip-hop beats to study to.
what do you study?
Oh no, that's just a good YouTube channel.
Oh, 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 okay. Wow,
Anyway,
I'm behind on the times apparently. I'm like, last time I checked, you weren't in school. You taught school.
did you forget that I teach?
No,
Oh,
maybe I think I came across confusing. Maybe I need some apple juice.
I mean probably. What's your blood sugar like? There you go.
I
Drink
don't
your
know,
tea. I know it's not juice, it's tea. Hold up the label so everyone can know.
guys. I'm promoting Tivana.
She's not actually promoting. That comes with
They
like
don't pay me to tell you that
there it
I
is.
am drinking Tivana.
There it is.
Could I get in trouble?
I don't know. I just don't want people to think that you are actually like that this is sponsored content. I don't know if there's like a rule saying that you can't sponsor. I just don't know. I don't. You know what? I'm being safe.
Who would be crazy enough to sponsor us?
Oh my God! Please sponsor me, crazy humans.
I mean, we
So
have.
I don't listen to her. She doesn't know what she's talking about.
I mean,
You might be crazy enough to sponsor me.
I'm still banking on Trader Joe's because I'd really like some chocolate.
Trader Joe's would be great. Oh, Joe Fate says hi, by the way.
Hi, hello, in 2 minutes.
Well, all right, all right.
Womp womp.
Give me. Since we're talking about, we're sort of talking about cosplay origins. We're kind of all over the map. I don't mind. We should come up with our favorite secret that no one knows about us and cosplay. Tell us something that nobody knows about you and cosplay.
I'm Violet Plume.
Oh, that's so bad. In the promo images, you're also the Ty Lee. No, I mean, give us some juicy gossip.
Oh, ugh. Okay. Here's a good one. Uh, back at my first PAX East when I was dressed up as a Lurantis, it was
Oh, I think
not
I know where you're
my
going with this.
finest creation. So I attempted to make a leotard thing. I didn't know how to do zippers, and it was backless, I think. I think that's how I got into it. Kind of stretchy. Two-way stretch, not four-way, so eat. So, made a leotard, squeaked myself into it. Of course, I like to wear nylons because I like smooth legs. I like to be just, you know,
You just don't want to shave your legs. I get it.
smooth, pretty, feminine. So I had nylons over this stupid bodysuit that I had to climb into, and it had a turtleneck thing, so I had to then shove my head in it. So there was no getting out of it. Let me just
No.
tell you, once I was in it, I was in it. And me, as many of the rest of my family members are, I have to go to the bathroom like it feels like every 5 minutes, but I can't hold it all day. Let's just put it that way. So, to my greatest dishonor and shame, I was in this bodysuit that I could not get out of, wearing nylons, and I cut a hole in the crotch of my nylon so I could go to the bathroom.
What?
Bathing suit
What?
style. Like, as a little kid, when you'd go to the beach and you had to go to the bathroom and you didn't want to take off your wet bathing suit, you'd just deviate to
You just
the
pull it
side.
to the side?
That's what I did as a full-grown adult before I learned how to actually sew correctly.
Oh, that's so gross. I love it.
Yeah. I said
That's
it
way
was
better
shameful.
than I would have ever expected. That's so good.
It's shameful. But I was desperate.
I literally can't top that.
I was holding it, and then I'm like, not gonna make it.
Oh my god.
So, yeah,
That's so good.
There's a secret. Enjoy that. I hope you guys
Oh,
remember me by that.
I'm really sad that there's no way I can come up with anything even remotely as good as, like, my cosplay secret that I haven't told anyone.
And also, just to be clear, I did it before we actually met that day.
So I met you when you had a hole in your crotch? Exquisite. Mwah. Brilliant.
Friendship.
Why would I know there was a hole in her crotch? I only just met her.
Why would I show that?
What did you actually say? I didn't kiss the hole in her crotch. I gave a chef's kiss. Oh my god, Nick is terrible.
I have concerns.
I am also equally concerned.
Well, at least our friendship is built off of good foundations.
Sure.
Me meeting you, hiding my shame. Because, the worst part, though, is once you rip nylons, they continue to rip.
They do.
You know what I mean? So, ripped down the legs, so I walked so you could not see the inside of my legs. So I, strutted the rest of the day.
That is... good.
Whoops! But,
good.
You learn your lessons, and you don't do it again.
I'm trying to think of a good, secret that I can share that is equally as funny. I'm like, there's no way there's no way I can have a secret as good. That being said, I do want to draw your attention to the chat because Joe Fate just, threw down a really good Tivana slogan. Do you want to hold up your Tivana and just say it? In case Tivana's listening.
Spill the juice, but not the tea. The Tivana is for drinking.
Okay, now throw down your shade. There you go. Almost.
Sorry, I haven't broken in.
Take two.
I have not broken in that fan.
Do you want to try again?
Okay.
I think you have it backwards. I think you had the shade facing. There you go.
Well, it's the right way because you can see it. Because it's
okay.
On the camera.
Yeah. No, you're good. There. And put it to print. She's got it. All right. Cosplay secret that nobody knows. Here's the problem. I feel like I've told a lot of my secrets because, a lot of the folks who
You're not mysterious anymore?
I'm not mysterious at all. So I'm happy that a lot of folks who are here are folks who come to my Twitch streams on Thursdays when I'm, not in a swirling miasma of cosplay deadlines or work deadlines. I only say that because I haven't gotten to stream the last 2 weeks. So they hear a lot of, the behind-the-scenes stupid stuff, like the time I was wearing my Tentacruel costume and, the day I walk out, within 20 seconds of walking out into my costume, I had made a mermaid skirt or a mermaid dress, which is that dress that does one of these and then it's just hello. So your silhouette is this.
Your silhouette is like this.
This is your silhouette. This is your silhouette. You just
be the
spasm.
jellyfish.
That's your silhouette. So within 20 seconds of walking outside, I split my zipper. So we have what Nick refers to as a sexy cosplay malfunction. Because the top, like the part that my back is in, that part's fine. The part that split was my butt region, the butt part. So it's just like a keyhole window to my butt, which is basically a window to my soul, apparently. And then I had to spend, I whooshed inside. I was so like embarrassed and upset because we were like seconds away from going to PAX. So I whoosh inside. I repaired the zipper somehow. I don't know how, but I do. I didn't replace the zipper, which is what I should have done. So then I go to PAX and I like sitting in the car. I refuse to actually go into like the sitting position. So sitting in the car, I'm like this. This is my body. This is where my butt would be. Because I'm like so afraid of sitting down and doing the same thing to my zipper. And I spend the entire day like that. I did not sit down. And then horrifically, I discovered in my panic that I had left my keys in the house. And so at like 11 o'clock at night, I took an Uber to get back to my apartment and realized I didn't have keys to get into my apartment. And then I had to knock on my downstairs neighbor's door to be like, can you let me in through the back? Okay, thanks. While I'm in like full face of makeup, like a giant wig on. I'm carrying this monstrosity in my hand. I look like I just spent like 15 hours at a convention. I felt like I spent 60 hours at a convention, and I was like, hey, could you let me into my house? Thanks. It's not really a secret. I'm 27% sure I've told this on my stream.
Do you think that that could be like a new fashion statement? A butt crack keyhole?
I'm pretty sure that's like one of the Virgin Killer sweater deviants, right?
Yeah, but it's not a keyhole if it's your whole back.
Butt crack keyhole would make a phenomenal band name.
And what kind of music would that band have?
Alternative.
I feel like it would be more
classic.
like...
It would actually just be classical music.
Okay, guys, officially on my next cosplay is going to have a butt crack keyhole.
No, it won't.
I'm going to put a zipper on it. That way I can have like my risque moments and then I'll just zip it up.
I like the abstract concept of you putting that in, because then...
Do you think it could be high fashion?
No, not because of the high fashion. Please, not because of the high fashion. It's because when you have to pee, then you won't have to cut yourself an exit an exit hole.
So you're saying I should put a zipper that goes from front to back? You know, we were talking about this on one of my most recent hikes. Creating hiking pants with a zipper that goes from front to back so you don't have to pull your pants all the way down when you pee in the woods.
You know what? Submit that to LLB, and I'm sure they'll just eat that up.
They make too much money.
That already exists?
What?
No, you have not seen ads for it on YouTube. That is disgusting.
Are you sure it's not just a Kickstarter? I've seen a Kickstarter for one.
Maybe it was not for a Kickstarter.
Maybe it was an ad for a Kickstarter, he says. What?
I would buy those pants.
Go buy those pants. Go Kickstart it, apparently.
Yeah, but what if it doesn't get through and then I don't get my pair of crotch zipping pants? What if I have a malfunction and I catch my skin?
Don't want to imagine that, because let me tell you, as someone who has definitely put a zipper where a zipper ought not be, and has caught parts of her that she does not care to admit, it's not pleasant. Don't. No.
Well, I think back to when I was a kid and I had the actual like 80s onesies that zipped all the way up, and my mom would zip me into it and she'd get my belly button and it would hurt. It will hurt
Yeah,
real
well, I
bad.
mean,
My belly.
that's why I don't love. I have like a bunch of thigh-high boots, but anytime I have to go put them on, I'm like, all right, here it goes, because you know you're gonna pinch the skin up there.
Yeah.
You know it's gonna happen. With my stupid Tentacruel costume, I wound up getting a friction burn. Not from the shoes I was wearing, from the tulle that I was wearing underneath, but like it was like at my lower thigh. Like that area is just sensitive skin city. Oh, actually, you know what I didn't tell you? For my Ivysaur costume that I did back in March.
You mean my Ivysaur costume?
Yes, because you currently have it. Indeed. If y'all see another Ivysaur wearing a very similar to my costume, it was Larcy. I was sewing in my lap because I needed to like feel how deep I was poking my needle, which meant that I was like subtly stabbing like the area just above my knee, like constantly. Now, it turns out when you do that, like it kind of hurt, but I was like, yeah, whatever. Like I poke my hands all the time, but my hands are like full of calluses, so I don't notice that I'm poking my hands because my hands don't have they. When I poke it, it just like touches the dead skin of my calluses. I don't care. I lift the fabric after I've finished sewing, like a shot, like a lot of stuff I was sewing. I lift it up and I discover that my knee is covered in tiny little pinprick marks. Like I have actively injured myself to the point where it looked like I had a disaster rash. I had to take a picture and send it to my sister-in-law because she's a dermatologist. And I was like, hey, do you want to see my crafting rash? And she was like, Jesus, what happened to you? I was like, I accidentally stabbed myself in the thigh like 700 times. Like, and it was like, I am so pale and annoying. So it's just like, it looks really bad. And then like within a day or two, like it had just like gotten like puffy. And I was like, oh, this better not be infected. Like I was putting all kinds of Neosporin on it. I was like, do not pass go. Thank God this skirt like goes all the way to the floor. Like, I was not pleased. So now you know. It's finally gone, by the way. Like I've passed it.
Well, at least you didn't sew it to your skin. I've sewn things when I'm hand sewing to the clothes that I'm wearing. Not my skin,
okay.
but like it'd be funny if you were like.
The face I was making was concern.
I sewed stuff to my skin and left it there. Just kidding. The last time I had a needle.
Actually, the dress she's wearing is what she sewed. She can never take it off. Yes. It's part of every cosplay.
Yep. Once you put it on, it doesn't come off until it falls off. Or you're like my villager Rattle and it gets crunchy, according to him. His stuff is crunchy. I give him a new shirt like every other day and he's like, oh great, my old one was crunchy. And I'm like, why is your clothes crunchy?
No, that's when you wash it. I don't like that.
He's a doctor for
us. Anyway, hey, let's start wrapping up our show. On that note.
Well, okay. You don't want to talk about crunchy clothes?
Weirdly, I don't.
Okay.
Crunchy roll? Sure. Crunchy clothes? All set.
Well, too bad. You're lost. Maybe that'll be my next
really
cosplay
is you want to talk more about crunchy clothes, you can message the Larcy.
What? Yeah, guys, enter my DMs later for crunchy clothes talk.
Yeah, just send her a whisper. So, we, Larcy and I, intend to do more panels where hopefully Twitch is a little less laggy because we want to be able to interact with you guys live a little bit more. If you're watching this recording that we're making, then I don't know if you can live interact with the recording. I mean, you could just like write comments and then we'll get back to you. I don't know. If you have particular ideas for topics that you want to hear us chit-chattery about, definitely send either Larcy or me a message. You don't have to send it to both of us. We talk to each other. Shock! Hey, Larcy, where can people find you if they want to know more about you and what you do?
Google.
Oh my god, shut up. Where can they actually find you?
You guys can find me. I'm League of Larcy on Instagram. Facebook, Twitter, TikTok, sometimes Twitch. Actually, it's Larcenous on Twitch, which actually was a story I forgot to tell, but we'll tell you later.
I like that. Good teaser for next time.
Yeah, you know, incentive for you guys to come back, because this will be happening again, hopefully soon.
Yeah, we'll see how quickly, but hopefully soon.
And how about you?
Oh, you can find me as Mink the Satyr, Satyr, not any other spelling.
How
you can
would
find
you spell
me
it?
on. Well,
Any other
what?
way?
Well, because there's
S-A-T-E-R?
also. Listen, some people think I'm saying Mink the Seder, as in like the Jewish holiday meal. I'm not Jewish, so
I didn't know
yeah.
that was a meal.
And then some people don't understand how to pronounce Seder, and it comes out as satire, and I'm like, well, not no. Mink the Satire, close enough. So Mink the Seder, you can find me on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, Twitch, Patreon.
Tic Tac.
No, I'm not really on that.
But you have one, and it's on Tic Tac.
I do have one on TikTok. Oh my god. Sad that you know that.
I love my
technically
friends.
DeviantArt, I just won't listen to you because I don't go to that website anymore. Oh, and Reddit. You can find me on Reddit, weirdly enough.
I know you're like Reddit famous.
I'm really not Reddit famous, but I do have a good amount of karma and I don't know what to do with it. I should just send it to people.
I mean, not now.
Not now. All right, friends and family. This was a delightful time. Thank you for spending your Sundays with us. We're hoping in the future we'll do this maybe on maybe some Saturdays. We were doing this mostly on a Sunday because a friend of mine was doing a birthday stream on Saturday. Shout out to Grinning Hazard Cosplay, and I wanted to make sure that we didn't steal from his birthday stream because it was a birthday stream.
Happy birthday!
His birthday is Friday in school. We're super late on the happy birthdays. It's fine.
Happy belated birthday!
And you know what? If it's you, the audience member's birthday today, happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
Oh my god, I really hope someone's watching this and it's their birthday. So you'll be like, look at this!
Yeah!
How did you know? Ah! Oh, you could tell
How did
us the
they
end of the
know?
weekend. Oh, we are very punchy.
Alright guys, thanks for coming. Have a good
Okay,
rest of
bye.
your week. Bye! Deuces. I stopped streaming.